Hey, this is Charles from ATO, and in this video I'm going to be demonstrating the second part of our trap library. In the first video I was demonstrating the part 1 patch up here. This is the second one, part 2. The first one contained 20 different core patches, and this is an additional 16 patches that I'm going to be demonstrating very briefly. In the first video I really went into greater details in regards to all the controls and all that. I'm going to skip that in this video and just get straight into business, showing some of the other parts of the library as well. But in essence, down here you can control the patches. Here you can control the pitch. These are the drums that you can trigger. These are all the crazy trap fragments. And this is our real-time effects that you can trigger as well. And of course they correlate to our effects interface right here as well. Anyway, let's get into business. Let me start here by playing a groove on the sneezeball. And before I click and get into the random feature here, I'm actually going to play the same groove and then just try to play it with some of the other patches. So essentially just using that groove I've just composed and then play it on some of the other patches. You can get a feel for another way of sort of randomizing or figuring out, trying out some new things with the groove you made. So let's get down to business. That last one is cute. So that was just me playing around here with the different core patches here. This time around, I'm going to play the same groove again, and I'm going to add the randomizer to it. So it's going to take different fragments from all the different patches here and put them together in a new patch. Let's see how it goes. Alright, moving on here. Let me try another patch here. I'm gonna just play one groove with the pedal metal, and then I'm gonna try to play it again, the same groove but on some of the other patches here, and then I'll start randomizing as well. So blend the whole thing together. And it's just a great way of discovering new grooves, new feels, new edginess by either just applying the same groove to some of the other patches here or combining with the randomizer as well. There's an infinite amount of options when you start blending the whole thing together. Let's try another one here. This is a little more sort of hip-hoppy groove, the panda eyes. I think that panda was overeating a little on the bamboo. Let's try to move on here. Let me do one more here, like the wired and tired. And I think one of the cool parts is that it's random. So sometimes you get some results like here, there's a couple of grooves that are just totally bizarre and strange, but I think it gives some inspiration as well. Let me try to add like a bonus patch to it. We actually have this other patch down here, which contains a variety of sort of bonus vocal fragments done by a 9 and 11-year-old girls. Let me play a little bit here so you can get a feeling of what I'm talking about.
Let's get this party started. Hola, señorita.
Alright, so let's try to play the same thing again, but add a beat on top just to make it totally trap frenzy.
Let's get this party started. Hola, señorita.
Okay, so let's also go down here and check out this part of the library. These are our core stems. So essentially we've made a bunch of different grooves that are more ready-made. This is for people that are more interested in the production side of things, learning about how to layer things and all that. So it's a little more primitive. It's not as flexible as the other elements, but I think you'll find it interesting in terms of what you can do with the grooves. And of course, everything in this library is fully tempo synced. And on top of that, everything also comes in WAV files, so you can import it into any kind of sequencer or host environment you want. But let me show you these grooves here, and let's just start them here by playing a couple of them, sort of the core grooves. When you see down here, you can notice that the grooves are divided up. Here we got groove 13 to 16, and they actually spread down here, so that would be 13, 14, 15, 16. The first key on all of them, the C, is essentially all the different parts of the groove playing, and these are the individual stems of the groove. Let me just try to play them quickly. Another way to play around with the grooves is to use the same groove, but combine it with effects down here and start changing the pitch here. And of course, you can also use our mod wheel, which has sort of a talking effect on it, and you use the pitch bender as well, just to sculpt it more. Let me just start to play one groove here and then apply all these things here, and you can sort of see how you can mangle it a little more. So that's one way of having fun with the grooves, but another way is to take individual fragments from each of the grooves here. So you can take like the bass drum from this one, combine with the snare here and a hi-hat here and some synth elements here, and you can essentially DJ the whole thing together, and you can also apply the effects and the pitch control and all that stuff. But let me try to show you that and just grab some fragments from all these different parts here. So you can generate some pretty interesting things just by grabbing the fragments. Let's try another one here. Let's try this one down here. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to be playing a couple of different grooves and trying to combine these elements in different ways, because there's actually a lot of ways you can generate new beats just by mangling these things around. It's pretty simple in essence, but there's a lot of flexibility in it. And of course, if you want to totally nuts, you can start using the randomizer on the more flexible patches too. But let me just try this one out here. lot of flexibility even in a more simple framework. But let me just wrap the video up here, and let's try one more of these patches here just to compare it using the randomizer to give you a little more feeling of how you can really get into things here. And again, let me just try to quickly play a beat here and play it through the different chord patches here, and then after that use the randomizer and just mess it up. Alright, I think that was it. My name is Trolls. This was EDM Trap. You can see more about our products at www.8do.com. Thanks for watching.